Good morning, YouTube Nation. This is Wayne coming to you live from 16 beautiful acres in South Louisiana. You just tuned in to Tractor Living and Land Works. Hey guys, I just want to let y'all know it doesn't take a whole bunch of investment money to make money with your tractor. I like to do it with simple little jobs like redoing driveways for people, redoing little roads, cutting trails with a bush hog. Bush hogs aren't that much, but where I find you can make some good quick money, and it's not hard work, and you just got to have patience. You can do a job in 2 to 3 to 4 hours, no more than a day. If you have good weather and your investment not that much. If you invest in a box blade and a landscape rake, you can do a driveway that looks like a professional. And I tell you what, it's quick money, and people will pay for it, and they're happy with the job you do. That's what my videos are about, to try to teach people how to use these two pieces of equipment. I have a land plane, but it's on another tractor, and we use it for our main road. It's a 5-foot, and I haven't invested in a 6-foot or a 7-foot yet. I'm not sure which I'm gonna get. I have a 55 horse tractor. My tractor's kind of big to do road work, so anybody out there with a little 25 horse tractor, you don't have to have a big giant tractor like mine to fix a road. And what I do is I'll take a job and I'll price it by the job. I won't price it by the hour. I'll base it by the hour. I'll figure to myself, oh, it's going to take me about 3 or 4 hours, and I'll try to make $75 to $100 an hour, depending on how bad the job is. And I'll use that figure in my head, and I'll quote them a price of $350 plus more material. Sometimes you don't have to. They'll be happy when you come out there and say, look, I think I can scratch this up with my rippers and redress this up and save you another year on buying material for this road. And boy, they love you to death for that when you can do that. And you can do that a lot if you get used to looking at these roads and you see there's a lot of good gravel and grass is taking it over. Hey man, you put that box blade on there, you set it level, and you go over that road with those rippers down and you tear that road all up. That gravel's there, or that limestone's there, that material is there underneath that grass. You tear that stuff up and you go back and you start shaping it. You get it all flat and tore up good, then you shape it with the box. You put your box on angle with your side link, and you tilt your box with your center link, and you just drag it and you shape it. And once you get it shaped, you got to get off the tractor a few times, get some clumps of grass out. That's part of it. But you know, bring an old garden rake with you, or lawn rake, either one. Bring both. Pull them little clumps of grass and stuff out, and then you go back and you put your landscape rake on there and you dress it up. And boy, they'll come out and they think they got a new, they think they ordered some gravel and put on that road, or some limestone and put on that road. You can make that road look brand new like that. And guess what? They're happy, you're happy, you spent 3 or 4 hours on it. You know, most I ever spent on the driveway, it was about 200 yards long, 2 football fields long. It took me about a day. But, you know, it's easy to make some money with your tractor, just doing driveways and small roads and stuff like that. That's what this playlist is about. I got a playlist with about, I don't know, I forget how many videos in it, but it's every time I do a road, I try to film it, because I run into different little issues with each road, and I try to explain what the issue was and how I corrected it and how I fixed it. And so I hope you tractor drivers out there, especially the new tractor drivers that just bought a tractor and say, look, I wish I could do a little work with this thing for others, make it pay for itself. You can. There's a lot of videos on that out there on how you can make money with your tractor. But I'm gonna tell you what, if you want a low investment way to make money with your tractor, invest in a box blade and a landscape rake. And if you can afford it, get a land plane too, because a lot of times you'll get called back just to come dress a road up. And when that happens, you got to charge a minimum to move your equipment, you know. But to dress a road up with a land plane don't take but a few minutes to do. So you got to have your minimum charge for that. But I charge in my head, I like to get between $75 and $100 an hour, because I got wear and tear on the tractor. I got my time that's invested. and I got diesel cost, you know, fuel cost, and I got insurance. You know, you gotta watch all that stuff. All that adds up. So you got to make it worth your while, and then you got to make it worth your time. You got to pay yourself something good. So, you know, it's not a bad gig. It's not a bad side hustle, and I enjoy doing it. And you don't have to have a big giant tractor, like I said, like mine, to do it. You get a little 25 horse tractor, and you can do it. You can do it an 8-in Ford. You know, you don't have to buy a new tractor. You don't have to have a air-conditioned cab like I got. You know, you can find used equipment. I got a Mechmaxx box blade, 6-foot box blade, and I think it cost me $1,500–1,600 new, something like that. And then I got a Mechmaxx landscape rake, and I think it was like $1,200. So under $3,000 I was invested to do road work. And I have a 5-foot land plane that I can use if I ever need it, but it's on another tractor that keeps our home place roads up, and I don't never take it off, and it is a 5-foot. So with this tractor, if I do invest in a land plane, it's going to be either a 6 or 7-foot wide one, and so I hadn't done that yet, but I haven't had it. I mean, a landscape rake I find can shape a road up nice and pretty, and make it nice and pretty. So if that helps anybody out there, y'all watch these videos. I got numerous ones on fixing a road and resurfacing the road, and I hadn't put material on none of it. And I hadn't had to, and the roads have come out fine. So y'all watch these videos. Watch this video. I just finished dressing this one up, and y'all got comments. I want to know more about how to go about doing it. This one I'm going to do some voiceover and explain what I'm doing and why I'm making the passes I'm making and what kind of angle I'm setting and that kind of thing. So y'all watch this, and anybody out there that wants to learn how to use a box blade, you know, y'all watch my videos, because I think I got some good information in there for y'all. Thank you so much. What I'm going to do today is any of y'all that's followed my channel, you saw I've been working on a road back when it was wet. I gave it 3 or 4 good days to dry up. I kind of shaped it back then, but I think I can dress it up today in a few little passes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to jump out here real quick while it's good and dry. I'm going to set my Mechmaxx landscape rake at an angle to pull the material from the side of the road to the middle of the road. But I do have a lot of stuff on the side of the road I'd like to pull back onto the road that I couldn't do when it was wet. So we're going to try to get that accomplished today, and we're going to give this road a final touch-up. So y'all follow me to the back of the tractor. I'll show you how I'm going to adjust that rake. And then I'm going to use my 2 remotes. I have a remote on my center, my 3-point center link. I will use it to tilt my rake to make it dig a little deeper. And I'm going to use my side link, my hydraulic side link, to put a little angle down so it can dig a little deeper on the ditch side. So those 2 angles are going to work for me to get this road shaped up the way it needs to be. And after I get that material pulled over to the center of the road, I'm going to go ahead and set my rake back to smooth out the top. I'm about to show y'all how I'm going to try to accomplish all that. So y'all stay tuned. Walk with me over here. I'm going to show you how I'm going to adjust my rake before I get started. Y'all can see right here along the edge of this road, there's plenty of gravel along that road that needs to be pulled in. It's kind of in the grass. Y'all can see all that. So that's what I'm going to try to accomplish. Pull that stuff out of the grass back onto this part of the road where it's bare. Even on this side right here, you can see there's plenty of gravel on the edge of that road right there that needs to be pulled back over. And that's what I'm going to try to accomplish today. Alright, as you can see here, I'm lining up on the edge of the road. I got my rake. I got my side link tilted down a couple inches, so I extended my link arm down about 2 inches. That puts me putting pressure down on the edge of the road. I did speed this video up a little bit so the video wouldn't be so long, so my tractor is moving faster than it normally would be moving, so I don't want that to confuse anybody out there watching this. That speed that the tractor is moving is 2 times the speed that it actually moved when I was driving it. So this is something, when you're trying to grab that gravel on the side of the road, you want to take it a little slower, because you want that rake to kind of bite in and pop that gravel up, that limestone or the material, whatever it is. But you do want to move fast enough for it to throw that gravel or that material to the edge, back towards the center of the road. So I do have my rake angled where it's closest to my rear wheel on the right, and it flares back away from my wheel, my left wheel, on the left. So once you get that gravel broke up, now later in the video you'll see, once you get that material broke up and you got it moving and it's loose, you can increase the speed on your tractor and move a little faster, and it will roll that material to the center or whichever direction you want to send it better. So here I am, I'm just making multiple passes on the edge just to break that stuff up on the edge there. There was a lot of material on the edge of that road, from cars going, and UPS trucks and FedEx trucks and Prime trucks going up and down that little road. And what it does, it pushes that old gravel to the edge, to the shoulder. And there's a lot of good material on the shoulder that you can bring back in and incorporate into the road. So here I am, I'm just going multiple times back and forth, and I'm only filming half of this road at a time. This part you're looking at now is the second half that's going back. There's a house back behind the bushes there around that curve. So this part is about 60 yards, maybe 70 yards long, and it's got a little good flat turnaround in the back there. So I'm pulling that stuff and getting it all broke loose from the shoulder, and then I turn the camera around in a little while and I do the straight part. I'll show the other part, and I'm not sure exactly when that's going to come up, but I think this is the last pass showing this end of the road. I think I'm gonna stop here and turn the camera around and start shooting the other side of the road. But you can see there, I've got a lot of that gravel pulled back over to towards the center. Now, there we go. Now I'm going down the other part. Now the whole time you're watching this, I do the whole road. I don't want to mislead anybody. The whole time you're watching this, but I'm only filming half of it at a time. So when I come back this way, I continue on down to the house, and then I turn around and I come back. And what I'm doing here is the same thing, just still on that edge. I'm trying to build that crown in that road, so when it rains, the water will run off the road and it won't stand on the road, because that's how your potholes and stuff come. When water stands on the road and the big trucks come down through there, that's how potholes get made. And then when you start getting a pothole, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So here you can see that center line in the picture kind of going down. So you can see I'm pulling that stuff from the edge to the center. But when the truck going away from us in this video, that side of the driveway was light. So you see I have my rake up there, and the reason for that was I went back and pulled that stuff and threw it further to my left, because that side of the road was weaker. That side of the road was more bare. It didn't have as much material. So I didn't want to keep scraping on it. I got the stuff I could out of the shoulder, but then on these passes back, you see I have my rake up. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just going back and starting over, and I'm going to pull that heavier side, that material on that other side that's heavier in material. I'm going to pull it and throw it again to the other side. So that's how I'm moving that stuff. You can see there I'm dropping that stuff on that bare spot where the tires of cars and everything's been running. That's where that road was the barest of material. And that's what you do. You just look at the situation and you figure out, where do I need to put this stuff? There's been roads that I worked on where I had a surplus of stuff, and I pull it to the end of the road, and I pick up my rake and let it pile up on the end of the road, and then I'll take my front bucket and I'll scoop it up and go put it somewhere. You can see back there in the background that truck just pulled up. That's Cox cable. They're trying to come down that road to work on the cable on a pole on the other side of those trees, and they need to stay on that road to do it. So that guy had stopped me early and asked me how much longer I was going to be, and I told him I had about 5 more passes to make on this. So anyway, I still got to, I thought I was finished there, because now I'm making that last pass. I think this is the last pass that's going to push that material to that edge of the road. I think when I come back on this pass, I'm going to grab that stuff and try to trim it back out and put it towards the center again, because I kept throwing it to the left and throwing it to the left and throwing it to the left, and it's got a surplus now. So now I'm going to trim it back out. I'm going to smooth it back out and come back with a pass. And this is where I did actually speed my tractor up, because everything was loose. So the speed you're seeing on here is faster than what I was driving it, but it is faster than what I started when I first started doing that road. So, and then there's some spots that stick, so I just pick up like you saw me do just now. I just picked up because there wasn't no sense in raking it anymore. It looked good, and that's what you do. You just go over that road and you just catch the spots that are low, even them out, grab some stuff where the spots are heavy and drag it and drop it in the spots that are low, and it's just you just trim it out. But I tell you, that landscape rake does a good job in dressing a road up like this. And anybody that wants to make a little money doing driveways and all, that's easy work, and it's not a big investment to get into doing driveways. And so that's probably about all I'm going to explain to you on this trip right here on this driveway. But y'all got comments and all, y'all send me comments or send me clips of stuff you've done as far as the road, or tell me some of the tips you found in straightening out a road. Alright guys, I think that's gonna, well, let me show y'all the road real quick. We got the road pretty good there. It's dressed up real good. We got the Cox guy wanting to come down it to work on the Cox cable. We're gonna get out his way. Alright guys, so that does it for this road. I'm go ahead and put this up so y'all can see the final touches. So if y'all like my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Could use the support. I try to do a lot of videos like this to teach people how to use different implements on their tractor. And if you want to see more of my videos when they come up, hit that little bell for notifications. It'll alarm you every time I put a new video up. And give me a thumbs up if y'all like this. And look, y'all be safe on them tractors out there. And I'm kind of rushing this to get out of the Cox guys' way, so y'all be safe on them tractors out there. And God bless y'all. And I'm out of here. Talk to y'all soon.